Welcome back, Forts fans, to game number 9 of the Forts Official Tournament 21 replay commentary here on Synergy Gaming TV. We are back and at it, guys. I am just getting over a cold. I tried to hold it off as long as I could, or hold off the recording as long as I could, but unfortunately, time is of the essence. We got to get this done for you guys. I know you're enjoying it. Let's introduce our players. On the left-hand side, playing Pinch Fist, it is Matteo. And his opponent on the right-hand side, also playing Pinch Fist, it is Killergruetze. So, there is going to be some coughing in this recording a little bit. I'm going to try my best to mute the mic and take care of that, but I am just getting over this last little bit of lung stuff, and it's just not seeming to go away. Doesn't take much but a little bit of talking to make the cough come up. Something similar to that. So, what do we got here? Early expansions from both players. Matteo and Killergruetze here are just chilling. Now, this is something we've talked about quite a bit in the community, things on our streams and within the Forts Discord itself about creating maps that have expansions. Now, I know we've talked about this in some of the replay commentaries as well, but creating map expansions is literally a design taken right from just about every other RTS game on the planet. Right from StarCraft 2, for example. There's so many different opportunities and different builds of when to expand to grab your natural, when to grab your second, things like that. So it's just something that we thought that we should implement into the game, and presto, here we go. We've got a lot of maps now coming out by map creators that are adding expansions in, which is a excuse me, which is a really cool mechanic. It adds the same effect as other RTS games, deciding when to expand and how many resources to invest in that expansion. Are you going to go for early eco, or are you going to go for additional weapons? Are you going to try and, determine what exactly your build style is going to be? This just adds for a lot of flexibility into the meta. Super, super exciting. Let's see what these guys are doing here. Mateo's just going for this standard sandbag wall in the front there, so he's deciding not to use... oh, that's buzzsaw protection. We got some buzzsaw protection there. Looking pretty sick there. That's actually very smart, because if you look over there, Killergruetze on the offensive with the buzzsaws. So this is actually something we haven't seen too much of yet, but shock and awe is actually relatively good on maps like this, because you can expand downwards, drop your barrel, and away you go. Now, we haven't talked too much about this, but in the Synergized Balance mod, we've made some changes to shock and awe, basically increasing the speed at which the meter fills, and it's actually made shock and awe be picked quite often, actually, that we've found. There's going to be some content of the Balance mod coming up here relatively soon, so make sure if you guys aren't subscribed, you do that right now so that you get the notifications as to when we post more content. Buzzsaw shot up there for the sniper. Not exactly sure why we decided to do that, but we are starting to get some action-packed drama here. And Killergruetze initiating the combat here first. Starting off with those buzzsaws. Going to try and create a little bit of pressure from Matteo. And here we go. The standard sniper build. Both of them have up there. I don't think that this door is high enough. Woo! Buzzsaw. Breaking that off there. And unfortunately, because of the stability tech that Matteo has in here and the way he's got it designed, even if it does get buzzed, it's super easy to reconnect. Matteo here getting some value with his sniper, taking out some of the buzzsaws here. He's not exactly sure where the next one came from. Boom. There we go. So he's testing out all those spots there to see where he can get one to land, and takes out the buzzsaws. Killergruetze, excuse me. Killergruetze there tried to get a quick, easy pick on the sniper, but missed. Now Matteo's got his dialed in, ready to go. The question is, what are we going to start seeing? This is really interesting. They made a slight buff to howitzers in the last kind of major patch here, and they increased the amount of, I believe it's impact force that what is this weapon called? I can't think of it now. I'm drawing a blank. That the howitzer, there it is. I've been playing too much high seas lately. It's just something that players decided to start experimenting with, and now all of a sudden howitzers are being used like crazy. It wasn't that big of a change. However, the meta in this game is evolved incredibly slowly, and they just found out that howitzers are actually really good, and now they're using them. The same goes with scattershot, believe it or not, you guys. Scattershot wasn't picked very much for at least a year. Nothing has changed, and then all of a sudden people found scattershot, and now scattershot's being used quite a bit as well. I'm telling you guys, this cough is atrocious. Killergruetze here doing some quick expansions out front here. I think he's just looking for a little bit of shielding. I think he's got an idea that howitzers are coming. I think he knows this because of the angle at which the weapons are being built here. And maybe this giving an indicator that this is a cannon, this being an indicator it's a howitzer because it's lower. Hard to say exactly, but he seems to know exactly what's coming his way. It's like he has gamer intuition. Killergruetze seems to be ready and able to make this happen. I am not sure why we have spaced out doors here. Maybe it's the same reason for howitzers to make sure that there is enough space and gap so that the splash damage doesn't hit the lasers. But there are no fire beams coming that way. This is typically a fire beam strat. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, check out the fire beam tutorial video on the channel. Link is down below in the description. I put a ton of effort into that video, so I hope you guys enjoy it. It'll give you some really good indicators of how to deal with fire beams in your ranked matches. As you guys know, or if you don't know, we're going to tell you right now. If this cough ever goes away, that background bracing, English, hard, sometimes difficult, howitzers actually do connect with background bracing. Now keep in mind though, your background bracing only has 100 HP, where your regular bracing I believe has 150 HP. So your howitzer is going to do a lot more damage to background bracing, but it does allow for that flexibility of your weapons to fire through it. Nice shot there from Killergruetze. Was listening for that door sound. Boom, snipe shot. Beautifully done by Killergruetze. Howitzer coming. Wow. Matteo. Plasma. Door snipe. What a combination. Wow. Ripperonis for the howitzers here. Matteo probably throwing his keyboard across the room right now, realizing that he just lost everything that he worked so hard to build. This, guys, is a prime example as to where Hurricane starts to suffer. As soon as you... Hurricane. Pinch Fist. When Pinch Fist loses the offensive ability, there's literally zero mechanics in place to allow Pinch Fist to make a comeback. And this is where things get really, really scary for Pinch Fist players. It's very good for getting those preemptive attack outs. It's very, very difficult to make a comeback if you make a mistake. I can see why top tier players enjoy Pinch Fist because their mechanical skill is far superior to my own. However, the facts are the facts, and it's very difficult for a Pinch Fist player to make a comeback. You can see here the default right off the bat. Mateo's like, okay, I am now losing. I lost my offensive capabilities. I lost my ability to initiate. Now I'm just going to go for the sniper game. I'm going to build a bunch of snipers. I'm going to harass as much as I can, try and get some door picks, try and get some snipes, see how much damage I can do, and then save up the resources to get my offense back in place. We got snipers coming out all over the place here. This is a strategy we've started to see quite a bit as the meta has shifted, and it seems to be work. It's a small investment. I mean, he's placed down, what, a total of 5 snipers, so 500 metal. A small investment to give him absolute flexibility and the ability to apply harassment. Look at there. Sniper shot there. We've dealt some damage to the plasma. Now he's got to repair that. This is economic damage done to Killergruetze simply by using a sniper. This is huge. If you guys are new to forts and you haven't mastered your sniper play yet, get on it. Snipers are an integral part of forts, and if you want to climb the ladder and get better at the game, you need to learn how to use snipers. The value that you guys can see, I mean, if you looked at game number 7, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that was Eaton versus Matteo, the amount of value that Eaton received from his snipers. There you go. Snipers are dialed in there. Bang, bang, bang. He gets a plasma. Simply with just snipers here. You can see here Killergruetze has taken out some of the economy here of Matteo, but Matteo not flinching, staying on those snipers and gets great shots. Now we're chilling. We're hanging. We're waiting. See, Matteo, this is fantastic. Sniper play. Unbelievable. So if you guys watched a little bit earlier, this stupid cough. You'll see here that Matteo pre-set up his snipers. So he had them, you see there? He's got them locked on the doors. And now he's going to be ready to just do some tab E type action. It's not. It's hotkeying action, because if you tab E, your deviation increases and there's a good chance that you will miss your shot. But with snipers, this is going to be fantastic. This is going to allow Matteo to get back in the game here. We've already seen just a couple sniper shots have cost Killergruetze 1,000 metal. That is absolutely massive in the game of economy. I did talk to Zimsa, by the way, the creator of the Observer mod, and just reminded him that the resources are still stuck or not working correctly, so that we can hopefully get those on the next replays. Great plasma shots coming in here. Unfortunately, Killergruetze doesn't do much, and Matteo gets another snipe on a plasma. Another 1,000 metal down the drain. Again, though, we're in a situation here. Take a look at this. All we're using is snipers here right now. There is literally no reason to be a pinch fist player. So keep that in mind. Pinch fist, very good for getting that early aggressive lead. Relatively useless after that initial attack. All right, Matteo here getting his snipers lined up here. We've done some damage to the cannon. Unfortunately, that is some economic damage that Matteo is going to have to repair as well. Should be looking pretty good here. Very slow match. I need to hit my F8 key. We are at 10 minutes and 30 seconds into this match. As you guys know, I overlay a timer for you guys afterwards, so I don't actually know how much time is left in the match, so need to look at the old console so I know what's going down here. 23% HP remaining on Killergruetze's core. Considering that he has had the damage upper hand this entire match, it's actually amazing that he's taken that much damage simply from some sniper play. Good shot there from Matteo here, just doing a little bit of harass. Cannon shot coming in, taking on one of the doors. We do know economically that is relatively expensive as well. Firebeam trying to come in and do some penetration here, but Matteo has got himself covered. Great sniper shots there. We almost took out that firebeam. That would have been another 400 metal down the drain. 400, 600 metal down the drain. We need to wet the old whistle here. Starting to get dry. And there we go. Miniguns coming in here. This is basically the best counter to sandbags. When your opponents are placing sandbags, you essentially need to build miniguns. Miniguns have a multiplier against sandbags, so they chew through them pretty quick. Now, as we know, in real life, sandbags are actually relatively good to countering miniguns. They absorb the bullets relatively well until the bags, of course, get shredded. But they do manage to hold in a lot of those bullets. So, not exactly sure why the developers decided to use miniguns as the way to chew through sandbags. But I don't think there's really any other weapon choice to do that. So, what else is the scoop here? What else is the scoop? Checking things out. Look at that, Matteo getting his offensive back here. Again, he hasn't really had any sort of economic ways to do this. Overdrive, for example, would have given him that ability to make a comeback. Architect would have given him that ability to get back into the game quicker. Lots of other better choices. Armadillo would have saved resources on all this additional dooring and metaling, as well as the repair costs when everything blew up. Pop that ability, 50% reduction in repair costs. So, you just need to make that decision. Do you want that early lead, or do you want to be able to make a comeback when your opponent punishes you for a simple mistake? Great job on Matteo there. Gets a door snipe, and he takes out the core. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. GG, you guys. What a fantastic match here. Matteo winning the game with snipers. Wow. Absolutely fantastic, you guys. That was Matteo versus Killergruetze. Pinch Fist versus Pinch Fist.